Alright, this is a road test video for a Toyota Land Cruiser. This is an automatic diesel LC3 model, registered CP04PCY. Mileage at the start of this brief road test is currently 47,015 miles. The reason we do the road test is basically we're now selling to customers from all over the near continent and the extremes of the UK, and we feel it's right as a company that if people are going to come that kind of distance to us, then the least we can do is to show you the car in operation prior to you coming to see us, and on the same roads that you'll be road testing the vehicle on yourself. What I try and do in these road tests is, kind of amateurish as they may well be, is just to give you an insight into the working order of the vehicle you're looking at here, and any feedback I can give you prior to coming to see us. Hopefully to give you the reassurance to make the trip, but obviously if there are any issues, then I will highlight them on test drive for you as well. So basically, starting with the engine, obviously currently idling, absolutely rock steady idle. Starts first turn of the key, no smoke, no noises, very sweet revving engine. I've just had one, we've got two in stock. It drives absolutely beautifully. Engine pulls really, really well. There's no strange noises, no vibrations, nothing on the engine that would give you any cause for concern at all. They really are great engines. Looking at the dashboard here now, no warning lights on the car relating to the engine or anything else for that matter. Engine obviously then drives through the automatic gearbox. It's a classic Toyota gearbox. It's beautifully engineered. I can't feel any slop in the gear changes at all that go in. Beautifully engineered feel to them, with no delays in engagement, especially when stationary. That's always a sign of wear on these autos of any type, where you select from neutral into the drive and it has a little bit of a delay and then sort of thumps in, which shows the clutch pack's got a bit of wear on them. But this one, the gear change is beautifully smooth, much as it would have been when it was new. I can't detect any wear. Same as in the driveline itself. Four drives with done a ton of towing or been a lot of heavy duty use, can exhibit sort of a few plonks and bangs to the drive train where the props have got a bit of wear in them and the diffs and that kind of stuff. But again, there's not even a hint of it in it. It's a very, very rare car to find with such low mileage, but the car drives exactly to that mileage. It's a very, very tight drive. As I'm driving along now, steering tracks absolutely bullet straight. There's no vibrations going back through the steering wheel at all. It's actually for a big proper four-wheel drive car. It's surprisingly sort of, not nimble would be the wrong word, I'm not sure the word is, but manoeuvrable. It doesn't feel unwieldy. The steering feels very connected. It doesn't feel as though you're steering the wheel and waiting for something to happen. It's got a kind of a directness about it, which I really like. And it doesn't pitch and wallow too much, not compared to some of its competitors. It drives really well, but there's normally with the car, even with low mileage, it's done a few miles, or a bit older, and we are talking about a car here that's 12 years old, but genuinely, in the steering of the car, the chassis of the car, the suspension of the vehicle, I cannot feel an ounce of wear in it. There's no noises, there's no clonks, there's no bangs. As I said, normally you just find something somewhere that would give a clue to the age of the car, but it really does drive absolutely beautifully. Again, as I'm driving at speed now, just listening out for kind of wind noises that shouldn't be there, maybe a poorly fitted windscreen or a seal that's broken down over the years, but it's very civilised, very quiet. It's a very nice place to sit and drive your car. Brakes on the car, lovely solid brake pedal, no pulsing from the brake pedal, no vibrations. They're solid braking systems on these cars. They're very well engineered in that sense, and again, absolutely spot on. The car's literally just arrived to us. We've not had a chance to valet it yet. It'll be valeted tomorrow when our chap's back in. but it's in very, very nice condition inside. You know, there's obviously going to be some signs of wear over the 12 years of use. So the seats could do with a bit of a wet back now, which is quite obvious, and that the chap will be doing that tomorrow. But you know, it's all in lovely original condition in here. Plastics in really fine order. Having a look around at the door cards, again, all really good. There's no nasty skags. The reality is, a lot of these cars, if I know a lot of my customers are buying from us, have been to see a lot of these vehicles where they've been described in good condition. And I think the kind of the out for the garages that are selling them or describing them as that is that they're clearly designed to be used for a purpose, and a lot of these are used for what I like to call sort of semi-industrial use, where you've got builders using them, chucking their stuff in the back, towing along mini diggers at the back there as well, so they're putting a lot of strain on the cars. We don't, I've got no problem with those cars, but the interiors will kind of match that use. We tend to like to buy kind of the cars that have been given sort of normal family use, but they've got a lot of life left in them, and this is a prime example of one. A relatively light valet will make this car look really fantastic. But in terms of the mechanicals and the drive of the car, I genuinely can't find a fault. Looking inside the car now, across the dashboard itself, I said all the plastics, as I said, are in really good order. Lovely. Yeah, I love these interiors. It's kind of old school, but it's just so well made. Simple, nice, easy to use radio stereo there. Dual zone climate control, which is pumping out absolutely ice cold air, and that works perfectly on the car. Every button that I'm looking at here works perfectly. There's no damage to any of the buttons where grubby fingers or otherwise got into them. Steering wheel feels like new in my hand. There's no wear in it again at all. Indicator wipers again. There's no sort of marks or signs of heavy use in it there. All the electric window buttons, the minor buttons down on the side here for electric wing mirrors and everything. Again, all works absolutely perfectly. But in very fine order as well, because I think the thing that people don't appreciate, or some don't, is when you compare it to its natural competitor, which would be things like Land Rover, I guess, in terms of kind of the more heavy duty four-wheel drives, and maybe some of the kind of the Nissans of that vintage. You are looking at a level of build quality in an absolutely different league. It's not deriding the other products, but you look at the far reaches of the world, and you see that this is the go-to vehicle if you want to make sure you get back all right. They are incredibly tough cars, beautifully engineered under the skin. They've got a reputation for reliability which knocks the others into another dimension. But it just feels it. This is a 12-year-old car, and you've got to pinch yourself because of the way it drives. I don't think there'll be many 12-year-old Land Rovers that would drive as well as this does. They're very good cars in their own right, but it just doesn't feel as though it's aged. It's absolutely bizarre to drive it. I've got one, so I know exactly how they should drive. Mine's done double the miles of this. Beautifully maintained, but they just don't seem to wear out. Quite an astonishing vehicle, really. But very, very comfortable. And as you can hear now, really quiet, very smooth. We've been all over the place in R1. My business partner borrowed it, went to London. Absolutely thrilled with it, because obviously it is a true 8-seater. The seats in the back, the furthest back seats are. I've got 3 proper seat belts in there for 3 people. It's not a 7-seater, so it gives you lots of flexibility. But as an example of one, which is what this video is about, it is it's a really lovely example of one, because it doesn't matter whether you're coming 2 minutes up the road to come and see us, or whether you're coming halfway across Europe. You'll be coming to drive an utterly superb example of one of these, and I won't be making any excuses for it. If anyone can find a fault with the drive that I've not told you about here, feel free to tell me, because I genuinely can't feel a difference between this and some of the later ones we've had in the past. Obviously, if I've missed anything out on this video, then please don't hesitate. Do give us a call, and we'll answer any questions. But I can wholeheartedly recommend the car. It's a really lovely example of one. As I said, if I have missed anything, don't hesitate, give us a shout.